Chaos Crystal. Holy shit.
What up, MetaZoo Maniacs? Today is April 14th, 2024, as you can see right here. And we're just going to jump right into the eBay sales from MetaZoo for this week. First, we're going to start with a first edition Crypto Nation booster box with the acrylic case, $122.50. Next, we have one of my favorite promo cards ever made in MetaZoo by far. For $34, PSA 10, steal of a deal. John King materialized token. It's definitely sold for a lot cheaper than that, but I mean, look how crazy that is. Tell me you don't want this card in your collection. Next, we have a sealed case of Seance booster boxes that are worth opening because they're the NFT token ones. $316. Holy moly. It'd be a fun rip, but if you bought this auction, would you open it or would you hold it? Next, we have a signed Boiled Over. This is a really nice card. I mean, it has Piazza Bird and Loveland Frogland in the holo. PSA 10 and the auto got a 10, so let's check out the auto. Now there's an artist you don't see too often. Siopan Dali. I probably butchered that. But there's a rare artist signature in MetaZoo without a doubt. For $25.56, you get Piazza Bird, Loveland Frogman, and an autograph. Hey, why not? This is without a doubt a steal of a deal. $2.25. Wendigo from Hero Quest. I thought Snipe had a huge following, like this cult following in MetaZoo, but maybe those people left MetaZoo too. Because this is one of the harder cards to pull. It's the eBay edition. Snipe. PSA 10 no less. Only $6.50. Next we have Power Up Red. Second edition. PSA 10. $6. So now is not the time to buy a whole bunch of second edition for cheap and pull the top cards and then send it in for grading, because you will lose money guaranteed. Oh, here's another example. Sam Sinclair, second edition, PSA 10, $3.94. That is insane. Here's a surprising auction. So this is from Nightfall, River of Time, PSA 10, sold for $20. You could buy Mothman cards full holo from Nightfall for cheaper. And if you really need Power Up Red to play with, and this is what second edition was meant for, right? It was for people to open up cheap and get all the cards they needed to play the game. And yeah, doesn't get cheaper than this. $2.25 for 5 Power Up Reds. The MetaZoo eBay exclusive Wilderness booster box. It comes with a box topper and 10 packs. Very iconic product. We'll see where it goes, but right now it's selling for only $21.50. Here we have the damaged Jersey Devil token. Sold for $62 as a PSA 9. It looks like it's numbered 100 out of 100. Yeah, we can see that down here. Here's an interesting card. It's Prismora, and it's signed and doodled by Andy. Only $16. Holy moly. I don't know, right? What do you think of this? I should doodle on one of these just for fun. See if I can make it look better than Andy's. Right? He's got his little Chaos Crystal spider. I can't lie. From far away, I mean, up close, all art doesn't look the best. From far away, it actually does look kind of cool, but $16, I mean, why not? If you can send that in the PSA or something and get it authenticated, it might be kind of a cool card to have in the collection. Oh, and there's his little crappy autograph right there. Here we have a box of Kuromi's Cryptid Carnival, sold for $26. Here we have a PSA 9 Sample Lightning Crystal, sold for $160.50. Canadian, so $116.67 American. Here there was just one bid, but $200 Canadian or $145 American for Sample Sinkhole Sam. Here's a card that I feel sold for pretty cheap, considering the fact that it's, you know, it's not scratchable, but I mean, as if you could redeem these anyways. But I mean, this is a crazy Mothman card. It's got the autograph, little doodle. I mean, that's seriously insane. And it got a Gemin 10, Auto 10. I think the problem here is it was AGS. Now, I know there are some collectors that really like AGS, and that's all good. But if this was in a PSA case, this would have sold for a lot more than $200, I believe. Now, upon further inspection, that bottom looks pretty small. Now I kind of see why it didn't sell for as much as you would think. I mean, AGS, I thought that's AI technology. Well, how did that get a 10 for centering? I got a question. I know there's some collectors that are going to comment below that grade with AGS, but look at the centering on this card. How in the world did that get a 10? That centering is like, look how thick it is up here. Here, I'll zoom in. Right there, boom. I mean, you can see how thick that is compared to the borders on the side. Then we'll zoom in on the bottom. I mean, it is totally squished down here. That is definitely off-centered. But if they use AI technology, how did that get a 10? There's no way that's a 10. Look how off-centered that is from top to bottom. I do like how it's in a PSA sleeve though, right? Here's a promo I've had in my collection for over 2 years. I never graded it because it's off-center. I've always wondered how much this is worth. I thought, is this like really rare and collectible? Clearly not. It's the, I believe it's the Rocky Mountain tournament, whatever. It's like the first tournament MetaZoo ever had, I believe. It's just a participation medal. Squonk. Yeah, only $10.50 raw. Here we have a third place medal. Ooh, look at that. It's got a unicorn on it. Cool, you don't see that very often. $31. There have definitely been some rock bottom deals at sneak outs right down here. 6 boxes of Wilderness for $90. Also, they had an auction of 3 boxes of Wilderness for $36. Now, I want to point out these were in the evening, these auctions, but in the afternoon, so maybe the timing of an auction ending can severely, you know, decide on how cheap things go. This was sold like in the afternoon. 6 boxes of Wilderness for $54. That's less than $10 a box. Here we have 3 boxes of Nightfall for $56, so less than $20 a box. Here we have the Prismora, PSA 10, $26. And even cheaper, we have Neutrality Totality as a PSA 10 for only $20.50. Here we have a Tizerac Kickstarter Full Holo PSA 10, $43. It's always good to include one of these every week if possible. Full Holo Mothman First Edition, that's the dream, right? Always want to pull that. PSA 10 sold for $88.69. Here we have Injured Cold PSA 10, $15.50, Full Holo. I never liked this artwork. The original one was way better. Here we have a First Edition, not Kickstarter. PSA 10 Power Up Red, $16.50. First Edition Full Holo Bigfoot, PSA 10, $15.50. We have a Chaos Crystal Full Holo PSA 10 First Edition, $17.50. This promo has come down so far in value. Pretty cool to have though. Back at 9.5, let's check the subgrades. We got any 10s in there? Nope, so it's the bare minimum for a 9.5. But still, that's a pretty hard promo to come across. $133.50, not a bad deal at all. Anyone remember when these were selling for like $100? Everyone's going completely bananas when Chromie's Cryptid Carnival was coming out. $20, one bid, authentic. There are 1,000 of these made, and they're just authenticated by PSA, not graded. Here's a promo that had a ton of potential to have a ton of value. $5.50 only now. Sam Sinclair, the baseball game, part of the folklore and the story. Yeah, there's Mike Waddell sitting right there. And maybe that's why this card's not worth anything anymore. Here we have 5 spellbooks from Cryptonation 2nd Edition for $20.50. Here we have 5 Seance spellbooks for $32. Here we have 6 booster boxes of Seance, just the regular ones, not the NFT ones, for $137.50. Here we have Nightfall, 3 boxes selling for $76.69. Now, I don't know about anyone else that's in this video. Out of all the good deals on booster boxes, I would want to pick up Nightfall by far over anything else that's selling for cheap right now, because that's where Old Scratch, the only place you can find Old Scratch is in Nightfall booster boxes. Here we have a reverse Holo Mothman from Nightfall selling for $12.19 as a PSA 10. Here's a cool item you don't see very often, the passport, the MetaZoo passport. Very cool idea. It's got some stamps in there. $10, why not? It's a cool little collector's item. Actually, let's see the front here. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I don't know if Nightfall packs are weighable or not, but this is more than a booster pack. 41 packs for $7.50. Why not? I mean, that would be a fun gamble to see what's in there. Now, if you're opening up a first edition box for Cryptonation, you want to get the red ink for the box topper, but if you don't pull that, you might pull a Frost Aura. And even as a PSA 10, it's only worth $6.50. Here we have a first edition. Well, it's only full hollow. It's the craziest full hollow, right? It's all hollow. Ghost Train PSA 10, $13.50. That's not the Kickstarter version, it's just first edition. You ever open up a Topps Chrome hobby box and you see the orange border? You're like, oh, it's a card numbered out of 25. Shit, it's Space Penguins. And you try to sell it for $5.50. That's gotta be disappointing. But here's a cool card that sold for pretty cheap. I mean, it's raw, but still. It might not be a PSA 10, but for $11.19, Caster's Cup, stamped Cactus Cat. That's a pretty cool card. Oh, Ben B, Gold Refractor, Cryptid Camera, only $10. Oh man, if you pull the Cryptid Camera and it's serialized at a 50. I remember when Ben B, that a year ago, when we first discovered Ben B, everyone was going wild. Is that Paul Bunyan's son? Who knows what the value of this card could have been if MetaZoo was still around. Meanwhile, one of the least desirable pulls you can pull in MetaZoo, Eternal Snowflake, $18.50. Serialized at a 50. This sold for almost double the amount of Ben B. The next few auctions here, you're going to see some extremely cheap Nightfall boxes. Steal of a deal on all of them. So the first one was about $20 American, $27 Canadian. Then about $20 American, $27 Canadian again. Oh, $17 American, $23 Canadian. $14 American, $20 Canadian. $18.90 American, $26 Canadian. $26 Canadian again. And then we have $21.81 American, $30 Canadian. Now that's crazy. Like, these aren't second edition Cryptid Nation booster boxes or overprinted UFO or Wilderness. This is Nightfall. This is crazy. Like, if Nightfall gets any cheaper than this, I don't even know what to say. All I know is for someone that wants to rip this open and try and pull Old Scratch, this is the time to try and do it. Oh, you think pulling Space Penguins is bad. Imagine you're opening up Topps Chrome and you're like, oh, there's a black border. Oh my goodness, the card's gonna be serialized out of 5. Ah, fuck, it's Mantis Man. Number 4 out of 5. Only $17.50. That is bonkers how cheap that sold for. Speaking of bonkers, I can't believe this card is selling for so cheap. So Mothman PSA 10 from Magicast, MetaZoo, Metapoo, right up there. Full Hollow Mothman, the best card you could pull. Rated as a PSA 10 for only $17.50. This is pretty cool, and there's still more available from the seller, Dutrad19. They sell a lot of good stuff, actually. You can get all the Revive boxes. I mean, they're empty, but these would just be cool to have, right? Pretty cool box artwork. All 5 of them for $15.99. Looks like they have 2 more lots of all 5 available, so if you're interested in this, go pick it up. Hey, we have Tasso Chessie. Sold for $25 as a PSA 10. That's King Gary Pokemon's kids drew the Tessie, and I believe it was Poncho? Let's see, yeah, Poncho that drew the background. But yeah, Akara, that's King Gary Pokemon's kid, and Poncho teamed up to make that card, so that's pretty cool. Not worth much, but pretty cool history. Here we're going to pound through some native spell books, selling for super cheap. I mean, you just can't get lower. $5.50, $6.50, $7.54, $9.50. So it's gone up almost 100% in value. Next we have 5 Cryptid Nation Series 0 Topps cards. I mean, this is a fun rip. $30 for 5 boxes, why not? Gotta remember, these boxes were selling for $50 each on the Topps website when these first came out. I can't believe how cheap this is selling. $12.50 for a PSA 10 first anniversary promo card, which is absolutely bonkers. I'll never forget that I bought one of these for $125 American because I totally FOMO'd out when it first came out, and it graded a PSA 10, thank goodness, but still. Here's another Hero Quest card, and it's autographed as well for $47. That is Radioactive Hornets, PSA 10. Where's the autograph? So there's the Hornet. Authentic auto. Where's the auto? Am I going crazy here? Oh, right down here. It's like kind of blends in. Oh, no wonder they didn't get the autograph authenticated. It's just, or I mean, graded. You can barely tell it's there. It's just authenticated. Here's a cool PSA 10 authentic autograph as well. $23.50. Let's try and see the card name together here. 111010. Snipe. Yeah, let's check out the autograph at least. Oh, look at that. Mike Waddell's weird little signature. Lily's signature and a doodle. For $23.50. Hey, why not? Here we have a Kickstarter Tripodero Reverse Hollow PSA 9 Auto 10 for $41. Let's check out the doodle. Yeah, you got a lot going on here. Holy moly. This doodle and the signature and all that is better than the actual card itself. Here we have a Snallygaster Kickstarter Reverse Hollow autograph by Mike Waddell for $18.50. Graded a PSA 10, just authenticated autograph when he had his MW going. Here we have a Green Clawed Monster PSA 10 authentic autograph, $51. Holy moly. So yeah, Lily autographed that one and did a little doodle. Hero Quest, don't let these Hero Quest cards pass you by. I mean, let's just take a look at this dude. Yeah, he's looking pretty crazy. Holy moly, his guts are hanging out. Well, this is interesting. Earlier in the video, we saw the Crypto Nation First Edition booster box with the case sold for $122. This one sold for $89. I'm amazed it sold for even $1, but it sold for $33. 5 spell books of Nightfall. I can't emphasize it enough. You are not going to pull a full holo out of any of these, and you can't get an old scratch from Nightfall unless you open up a booster box. That's the only way you can get old scratch. That's crazy. I'd rather have these 5 UFO spellbooks any day that sold for only $12.50, but yet the Nightfall sold for like triple. What? And 5 Wilderness spellbooks for only $7.19? How did those Nightfalls ones sell for $33? That's crazy. These are likely to have at least 3 full holos per box. So, and you're probably gonna get a Prism Aura, which is worth about $10. Here we have 24 sealed blisters of Native for $56. Whoa, now here's a pretty good deal nowadays. We'll see how low this goes. 2 first edition Crypto Nation booster boxes for $165.50. Here we have Paul Bunyan, autographed by Victor Larson, PSA 10 for $395. Now that is a good looking card. Holy moly. And as I was saying earlier, like when you bought those 5 Wilderness spellbooks for $7.19, you put 1 Prism Aura, $10 right there. I mean, the rest is all icing on the cake. And here we have a full holo Mothman PSA 10 from Nightfall, $15.50. Oh no, another AGS card. Nothing against AGS, but I mean the value is just not there. I mean, it's even authenticated as autograph PSA 10 Hero Quest Snipe. Nice doodle. Right? Nothing wrong with this. Oh, let's zoom in on the doodle. Right? Only $40. Only 1 bidder. Here we have Rudy, Totally Not a Timmy promo. PSA 10 for $38. Here we have the Archcaster promo from the second Kickstarter with MetaZoo. Serialized out of 1,000 for only $42 as a PSA 10. I mean, the artwork on these cards, I think, are severely overlooked. Tell me how badass that is. I can't get over this. I mean, Flatwoods Monster, Cumberland Dragon, Bigfoot, Wendigo, Mothman, all playing poker together. That is an epic promo card. Another steal of a deal, in my opinion, the Hero Quest cards. Hodag, $5. 100,000,000% a steal of a deal. Loveland Frogman, Hero Quest, $13.50. I wouldn't care if that was bent in half. $13.50 for Loveland Frogman Hero Quest card. Steal of a deal. Here we have the Valentine's Day promo without the plushie. $11.50. Let's take a little look at this promo. Pretty cool. This looks pretty, like, I like this. The actual plushie did not look as good as this. Here we have some of the Dim Mock promos that you would get if you bought the t-shirt off the marketplace. I mean, I actually did like the artwork for these, but they were severely overprinted, just no one knew it in the beginning. 99 cents for Quetzalcoatlus, $3.25 for Hodag, $7 for Piazza Bird, And Mothman was barely able to break into the double digits at $13.50. Here's a card you really don't see too often, sold for $32.99. The Mania Ambassador BC promo from New Zealand. That is definitely a card most people don't have in their collection. Hey, the Dark Tower promo is the very last competition that ever happened. Or the very last tower competition that ever happened. So we had the Point Pleasant Dark Tower promo sealed, $24.50. Another one of the promo cards, $11.50. The Dark Aura. And here we have Awful, going for $8.01. And the Mothman promo itself from the Mothman Festival. $26 only. This has dropped significantly in value. But still a pretty cool card. Here's one of the hardest promos to pick up from the first year of all the collecticons that MetaZoo went to. $40, the Chicago C2E2. Not a bad pickup. I know I paid over $100 for one of these before. Oh, and the MetaZoo Native Gala. The promo box was $100, and all you got was 3 packs and a promo card. And this was the promo card, and now it's only selling for $5.50. Here we have 8 of the 30th anniversary promo boxes for $51. 43 sealed blisters of HeroQuest 2.0. As much as I love HeroQuest 1.0, I'm not a fan of 2.0 at all. I don't feel like there's much value in this set. But hey, 43 of them for $61, you probably can't go wrong with that. It'll just be fun to open. This is a pretty cool card. I mean, $45, PSA 10, first edition reverse holo Mothman. But it also has, instead of authenticated auto, the auto has a 10 as well. That's pretty cool. For $45, that'd just be a cool card to have in your collection. And it's cards like this that blow my mind that the Mothman from Nightfall was only $15.50. Full holo as a PSA 10, because Stone Man is also $15.50 as a PSA 10. Mothman must have heard me. He's like, I'm worth a little bit more than Stone Man, yeah. So this auction sold for $26 as a PSA 10 full holo. Here we have a Foo Fighters PSA 10. That's crazy, for $20. I'm just not sure why anyone would grade this. So, I had to include this in the video. I mean, it's population 2. That's the first thing they put. Like, it's such a... There's only 2 in all of existence. But, I mean, this is like getting a Beedrill in Evolutions from Pokemon. I mean, it's reverse holo Hoop Snake, just first edition, not even Kickstarter. And it sold for $3.25. I am actually beyond blown away how much this sold for. I mean, it's a reverse holo first edition Tripadero, $15.50. This is within the same time period when Mothman was selling for $15.50 in that other auction. This is crazy. Like, why did this sell for more than $2? Hey, it's Channel Fireballs promo. This used to be really expensive. PSA 10 is selling for $15.50. Here we have the Barbecue Sam, Father Sam promo, Revolutionary Barbecue, $26 as a PSA 10. This card used to be so expensive. When I see auctions like this, I really wonder if anyone that collects Hello Kitty even knew about MetaZoo, because this card used to sell raw for at least $150. Now it's a PSA 10 with an Auto 9, Choco Cat, right? $61 only. Only 2 bids. That's crazy. Okay, so now we're officially onto the crazy shit portion of the video. So congratulations if you made it this far. Yeah, Topps Chrome Superfractor 101. Quetzalcoatlus, $970. Whew. Then we have Power Up Red, Superfractor 101, Topps Chrome PSA 10, $430. Oh, if they would have made the Power Up Red with the Mothman on it instead of Dingbell, could you imagine how expensive this card would have been? This card looks pretty sweet. I'd rather have this than the Quetz, to be honest. And you save like $500. But yeah, $430. Here we have Rudy Claus Alpha Investments, sealed still, sold for about $90. Here's a big boy, $202.50, PSA 10, Rudy Alpha Investments, the very first promo we had with MetaZoo. Here's a little bit of a sleeper. I mean, when I first came across this, I was like, that Walking Sound looks a little different from Seance. Then I saw SR, that's Secret Rare. If they would have wrote out the word Secret Rare, maybe it would have got more attention, but only one bid, $300, but way down here, you could barely see it. It looks like number 9 out of 20. It's serialized. It's one of those crazy secret rares that you could pull from Seance and not even realize you pulled a secret rare, and I really wish MetaZoo didn't do that. Because I mean, unless you're a die-hard MetaZoo fan, it'd be really easy to overlook this card and not even know that you pulled a secret rare. Then we have a sample UFO PSA 9, sold for a record low of $274. And here we have the Blue Ink PSA 9, sold for $760. Blue Ink and Red Ink will always hold crazy value, but who's gonna have the next old scratch? And we had a Kickstarter booster box this week that sold for $730. So it is up in value a little bit. I mean, it's been hovering, I think the last one sold for like $691. I thought it was going to sell for less than $600. I was wrong. It's back above $700. And the biggest sale of the week, you could have bought this card or everything else we just saw, combined probably. The secret rare Kuromi's Cryptid Carnival Mothman. One of the first ones pulled, I remember this in Discord, 34 out of 131. Sold for $1,200, $1,200 American. So what did you think of the auctions this week? I mean, this is the king of all the auctions. Even sample cards are selling for about half of what this card sold for. So what do you think of that? I mean, everyone's entitled to their opinion. I would take some of those sample cards any day over this card. I would take Topps Chrome PSA 10 Mothman cards numbered out of 25 for a fourth of the price over this any day. But hey, this is a very iconic card. It's the very first secret rare Mothman, even though it is out of 131. There's quite a few of them in comparison to other Mothman out there. So what's your thoughts on all that? Anyways, comment below, give me your 2 cents, and we'll see you in the next video.